took a long time. I'm sorry, people. I know you guys have been waiting patiently, and I'm just sitting here not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So my bad, my fault. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me during this election results. I think the polls just closed, so I guess maybe that website starts working. Let's see where I got here. Let's put it in here. Just the polls. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. Is this it? This is it, right? This is the end of the Henyard saga. So I guess we start sitting here pressing refresh to see if when the result starts pouring in. There's so many results here. I have to look for and actually try to find which one we're looking for. So I'm looking at Dalton right now. Is this the same thing? Yeah, it's the same thing. My bad. It was a long day. I was running around, but I'm here. Thank you, David Hold. Yes, it's been a historic night. I think. Well, she's not even running for mayor. She's a writing for supervisor. Yes, that is it. Royal Governor, I believe. This is the end of the road. This is it. She can't run for mayor, and we'll see what happens with the township. So that's it. We're just hanging out, and maybe me being late kind of worked out because we're just here to see the end. We're waiting for the end of this thing. So we're going to be sitting back, pressing refresh to get to where we need to be. And I don't know if you guys want to sit there and listen to Henyard blather on. I know many of you guys already seen this video, but we can watch this a little bit as we wait for the results to pour in as I press refresh every 5 seconds to see what's going on. But if you guys, this is the first time you guys are here, my name is Hannibal. Welcome to the Hannibal is Hungry YouTube channel. And for the past, I can't even tell you, my first video for Henyard has been over either a year or 2 years old, starting to talk about her. And now we're at the end of this journey here. And now we'll see who's going to be the new supervisor and who's going to be the new mayor. And I have a lot to say about it, especially after the results kind of pour in. What I think, I guess my thoughts on the entire situation, there's a lot to talk about. So I have this at the end, at the bottom here. Can we hear feed? She's probably going to put it on. We'll put it on for a second. But Ringo with the $5 super chat, appreciate you. This isn't the end of the saga. This is just the end of the chapter. We still needed to watch the eventual trial. I totally agree. I think for us who've been checking out Henyard, who don't live there, we're going to follow her because I think that she's going to try to leverage her infamy with either some kind of reality TV show deal or some kind of influencer. She's going to try to basically monetize this situation. So yes, in terms of her political career, I think her political career is over. But now she wants to be a star. She wants to be in the limelight. So we'll do that, and we're just going to keep pressing refresh until we see some of the stuff here and see who's going to win some of these races. I see a few for obviously the township, Dalton. I think there's another few, couple other stuff that we could check out as well. But for right now, we can listen to her yap on until I could find some results. Actually, can you guys even hear what she's saying? Is this muted? She gonna feed the people? I wonder if did she say anything new? We'll see. Hold on, honey. You're not. I can't hear what you're saying. Let's see. I can't even hear what she's talking about. Why is it muted? Don't mute it. And then it mutes again. That's weird.
It's your favorite super mayor, Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor / people supervisor. How y'all doing today? Come on in, come on in. I am talking to residents. I am loving on them. They are loving on me. I just want to give you a couple updates really quickly. So come on in so I can educate you, let y'all know what's up, what's the deal before you vote. Because knowing different things before you vote is so important. A lot of times people don't say nothing. They don't talk about what's going on. And they should. Stop being afraid of people, like for real. Like, please speak up, residents. Please talk about the things that you care about the most. We're going to start with them schools. Y'all know the school district need a lot of help. A lot of help. So whatever you do, when you go to vote, make sure you change that school board. Change it. I mean it. Now, I ain't endorsing nobody. I'm not going to say nobody's name. But it's certain people that you need to get rid of. But I will tell you this. District 205, get rid of the entire board. You heard me? Everybody. Because there's a lot of things that need to fix over there. How y'all got a swimming pool and ain't got no water in the pool for the kids to swim? I know when I went there, we could swim, we could do this, we could do that. Y'all just terrible.
Oh, my bad. I guess I was muted. My fault. My fault. So I don't know how long that's been. That's a problem when you running around and you try to sit down and get this done without setting anything up. But I appreciate all of the super chats. I appreciate the memberships. Right now, we're just refreshing. I don't know if you guys can see at the bottom. I'm refreshing to see when the results start pouring in. The polls have closed at 7 p.m. as far as I heard. So we'll see. I'm going to keep refreshing. And when we start to get some more results, I will move the screen to a bigger spot. So right now I'm sitting there refreshing, and letting Henyard talk to kind of kill some time here. But thank you very much for hanging out with me. And we have a lot to talk about even after results, from what we think is going to happen later on, the future of Tiffany Henyard, the future of Dalton, even the future of, a lot of the stuff that you guys have been seeing for the last couple of years at this point. So I'm sitting here trying to see when the results pouring in, but we're going to have her yap on. And when we get to see some results from some of these races, we'll have some chats and see what's going on here. But I appreciate all of the support so far.
Nina Graham got to go. So make sure you vote for people that care about your kids. Because a lot of times people don't understand that the kids are the future. Whether you got kids, your kids grown, you got grandbabies, you don't, you still pay a portion of your property taxes for the schools. Little do you know. But they don't put the money back in the schools. Like, think about that. They should always put the money back in the schools, and they're not doing that. Now, I don't sit on that board, so y'all don't get it twisted and all messed up, because I noticed that it was some article that went out, and y'all constantly got to attach Tiffany Henyard, and you got to attach the village of Dalton to everything. We got nothing to do with that school board. We got nothing to do with individuals making $500,000 at a school board, and our kids can't read. Y'all better get some common sense. This is why I'm talking to y'all right now.
It's funny when she's talking about the inability to read. the inability to read. And I guess she could say, yeah, that had nothing to do with her. And a little bit of we're going to talk about after we get some results is the idea that Tiffany Henyard is not the end all and be all of the corruption in the Southland. She isn't. She's just the loudest, squeakiest wheel that looks like it's going to probably be removed. So right now she's not even on the ballot. I mean, I could check the Thornton Township real quick. Actually, let's real quick. Let's put let's do just the polls. Let's just show the polls for a second. Give me a second. We just show the polls, not her face. We'll come back to her in a second. I just want to show the election results real quick. So she is not even in this thing here. So let's say township. There's a lot of townships. Oh, I've got to type in Thornton. Okay, so she is a total write-in candidate, right? She's not even on this thing. She's not on this website. She's totally write-in. So again, highly unlikely that she is going to win. It's extremely unlikely that she is going to win. So I'm pressing reset or refresh. So right now it's Napoleon Harris, Richard Nolan, Christopher Clark, which I thought Christopher Clark dropped out the race. I guess that's not true. He's still there, and Nate Fields. So yeah, that person making $500,000 for the school board, that's a problem. But there's different problems and different issues. That issue isn't just uniquely to Dalton or even Illinois. You know, you guys may not want to talk about politics, but it's the reason why there's people who do not like the public school system is there's a lot of people making over six figures, and our kids are stupid. Our kids could barely read. They could barely write. Why, when you go into a lot of these school administratives parking lots, right? When you go to this parking lots of a lot of these schools, why there's so many people with really, really nice cars? Like very, very nice cars. While the kids in the school can't read or write. That's beyond just what's happening in this situation. I mean, a man's making $500,000 and the results are poor. But that's a whole different conversation for another day. Oh yeah, when you talk about the administrative jobs in many of these schools across the country, in the public school systems, there are people who are making a ton of money and the kids are dumb. The kids can't do anything. Now, it's worse now because of what happened during the pandemic, and a lot of kids just fell behind, but it's outrageous. It's outrageous, but it is what it is. So I'm sitting here, we're going to keep refreshing, nothing there. But yeah, we waited for Napoleon Harris, and we'll see what happens there. The Gamer of Silence says the local school board. Let me put this up actually so you guys can see it. There you go. The local school district where I'm at, only 3 teachers are making under six figures. That's too much money for the results. So that's why there are people, and I know many of you guys probably, I don't know if you guys agree with Trump with dismantling the educational department federally, but why, we have to question ourselves, why are these people making so much money? Why do we spend so much money per child in this country and the kids are suffering? Now, I believe that it's based on the home and making sure that you take care of your kids and making sure you educate your kids. Don't rely on the teachers, but we're all working, and I think we expect the teachers, we expect the school system to do what they're supposed to be doing. But these kids out here, they're not reading. They're not doing enough. COVID has set everyone back. So it's a long rant, but Bob says, my late dad was a public school teacher. This is why all 4 kids attended. I'm probably been pronouncing this wrong. Is that charter schools or private schools or religious schools? I'm not sure. Michelle, great point. I mean, look at the Chicago Teachers Union and what Mayor Brandon Johnson has been doing. all in all, the kids are failing. They're not being taken care of, and what can we do about it? We could have a longer conversation about this, but when it comes to certain unions, and I still believe I am pro union, but some unions can have an adverse effect on efficiency and things being done in the best possible way. And I think the teachers union, especially the Chicago one, there's tons of problems. People are making tons of money, and the kids are dumb, right? What else are you gonna say? Catholic school, okay, Bob, got you. The kids are not there. Now, I don't want to hear Henyard talk about school when she called journalisms. I don't want to hear that. But there is problems. We have problems here.
You watch me, right? Hey, I like it, right? No, stop, for real. But stop letting them distract you from what you really should be paying attention to. Because all my stuff was a big old smear campaign, a hate fest. That's it. Because they couldn't get me out the way because the people was always loving on me. Because I've always showed up and showed out for them, despite what the fake news was telling y'all, because that's all it was. It was all just, oh, we think, or maybe. Like, come on, stop with all that. I really been doing my job, still doing my job. Despite what y'all say, because I really care. Only a person that got like a heart for the people is gonna keep on pushing, keep on going, keep on talking to y'all, keep on trying to educate y'all. And that's what you see me doing right here today. Still trying to educate y'all, still trying to put y'all on the game. Because remember, they always say what? The game is sold, not told, right? They always say that. But right now, I'm telling you the game. But it's up to you to take the game and run with it. That's almost like that concept of you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink it. It's the same thing in the black and brown communities. Y'all better pay attention to those that's loving on y'all and actually standing in the fire for y'all, get beat up for y'all.
Yeah, sure. Marissa Banks with the parents are vital to the educational process. Yes, extremely. I mean, it's like life or death when it comes to the education of your child. You know, props to my chick. When I'll just say right now, remote learning didn't work, especially when you're dealing with young children. It didn't work. And if it wasn't for the mother of my child, my chick, to basically it's like homeschool. I mean, she still had to work, but to sit back and teach my son the things that he was supposed to learn, he would have been left behind. Because, like I said, I don't believe that that remote learning, especially during the pandemic, it took everyone back. So everyone is a year, 2, 3 years behind, and it just ruined everything. It really is. It just ruined absolutely everything. So we have the words is paro. I can't listen. Call me Tiffany when it comes to that word. I don't know. I'm sorry. If somebody has to say it, if you want to like record it, I can't read that for some reason. I can't get it work. Listen, I need some education. Respect is lacking in public school. Yeah, in public school it can be effective. I mean, well, I don't know if I'm a ringing endorsement of being in public school, but I went to public school. My son is in a charter school. That was on purpose. I looked for a charter school that I thought would work, and he's thriving. I don't know if he would have been thriving if he went to a regular public school like I did when I was growing up. Parochiro? Did I say it right, Toaster? Listen, that's all I got. I think I did his. Listen, Hooked on Phonics was a great product. My parents didn't give it to me. They did not give me Hooked on Phonics. That's their fault. Jessica, remote learn, awful. It's for adults, and most adults don't pay attention. I know so many people that remote worked, and they weren't working, they were goofing off. You need to be there. I know a lot of people believe in, remote work, and I believe that it does work in some cases, but you got to be physically in the room to really understand what's going on. And I guess that is my opinion. Is the results coming in? I'm resetting this thing. I don't see anything. Hold on. I got a lot of screens right here. Let me see. Oh, yes, you're right. Look at that. Popped it up. Thank you. Props to JB perspective. So yeah, this is gonna be a tremendous, tremendous win. I'm already gonna call it. Jason House is gonna probably definitely win the mayorship for Dalton. Cassandra Hobson Jordan didn't have much of a chance. Just didn't have much. Let's go to let's do the full screen. Give me a second. I'm gonna do a full screen. We'll listen to Henyard in a little bit. But let's get the full screen action going on, and let's see what's going on with some of the stuff. So far, looks like Napoleon is in the league. It's only 2% reported, but as you guys can see, let me put it up right here. So Napoleon Harris looks like he is going to. So looks like that's going to happen. And then you got Richard Nolan with 47 votes. So that's where we are. I'm gonna bounce around. There's so many polls to look at. And then you see Jason House just destroying Hobson Jordan. Tiffany, we can't see the write-in votes for Tiffany Henyard, but most likely she's probably not going to win. So, but we could talk about Cassandra Hobson Jordan for right now. In my opinion, she ran her campaign like this was a normal village situation where you can come in and post a few videos and be passionate or maybe a little bit aggressive, but didn't understand that this situation has blown up to such a large degree that you needed a real plan. You needed a campaign advisor. You needed you couldn't just do it yourself. And then I think also her mistake was to be like basically like a I don't want to say troll, but to be very aggressive towards the people that you want to vote for you. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It was a bad strategy to begin with, and it just didn't work. Yes, you could show some of the issues that's happening in your neighborhood, but the way she was speaking and the way she got wrapped up worrying about people online, bad mistake. Who cares what the people online are saying? Talk to people that is in the village. Focus on the village. You're worried about what people are saying online. Most of the people who are talking may not even live in the village. So why are you so worried about it? And I think that was her downfall. Too aggressive, too condescending to the people that she's supposed to be. You're serving these people. I mean, you gotta like them. If you don't like them, then what's the point? I mean, that's why so far it's been 6% has came in, and she has 4 votes. This may be a bigger disaster in terms of voting than Tiffany Henyard. Is she going to get more than 10 votes? Like, is she going to get to 10 votes, guys? You know, I don't know. She got 4 votes and all came for family members. The township is actually going to get Napoleon Harris, a supervisor who doesn't live in the township and has a past history of not paying his employees and does similar gigs as Tiffany Henyard. So I did. Oh, it looks like Anna Saki is going to be clerk no matter what. Congratulations to her. Yeah, so I saw articles about the Napoleon Harris. He runs a pizzeria and he had some issues with paying employees. From the article I saw, it looks like that was resolved, but that was something that came up. There was also some information about some conflict of interest in terms of insurance. And you guys who live in the township, does Napoleon Harris live in the township? Because I know that's one of the requirements. You're supposed to live in the township. Does Napoleon Harris live there? Because Dots said that he didn't, and then tried to dox him or something. And do you care about the fact he doesn't live there? Because at this moment, Napoleon Harris, I don't remember what he sounds like. He apparently he did some local stuff, didn't talk to the media, didn't talk to even local news, and he looks like he's going to win. Is that something you guys are cool with? I want to talk about the people who actually live there. Are you guys want him there? The man didn't talk, unless he only talked to the people there. I don't know. I don't live there. But we can look at. Hold on a second. Let me look at Napoleon Harris Nap. So it looks like right now it's 2% in the township, and looks like he's going to probably win. So, Napoleon probably yeah. I'm assuming he's a multimillionaire. Is that a home that he actually lives in? You own homes, but you don't live in the homes. Does he just have a residence there? And if he only has a residence, is that something that the people in the township care about? We'll know if they care about it if they vote for him. They don't care, right? They care about him just being a supervisor. But I did find that interesting that he didn't talk publicly about this. And some people may say, that's a good thing. Why speak? It reinforces how chaotic the situation is when the man that doesn't have to say too much comes in and wins. Right? I'm just saying. Let's see the trustees of the township. Where's the trustees for the town? Let me bring this down. So it looks like the assessor is going to be Cassandra, not Hobson Jordan, Cassandra Elton. Let me see. It's township highway commissioner. Looks like Antoine is winning. And the trustees. Let's look at the trustees here. There's a good amount of them. And you got Brian Stanley. And you got Christopher Gonzalez, Mary Avant, and various Stubbs. So I'm wondering how many trustees get in. So Carlisle is not in, and Stephanie Wiedemann is not there. So they need a whole slate. Who else was on the slate? Was Stanley on the slate with Napoleon Harris? Let me know in the comments or in the chat. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I cannot answer that phone. I am online now. But let me know. So, is it more now? Let me press refresh. Give me a second. Okay, so we got that. Yeah, so Napoleon Harris is going to probably win. So, yeah, it looks like Napoleon Harris is going to probably be the next supervisor of the Thornton Township. And we're going to look at the trustees. And I don't know, is Brian Stanley with the rest of them? I don't remember too much about Brian Stanley. I know. Okay, thank you, Gifted Ali. So he's part of the slate. So Napoleon Harris' slate is going to win. So we got 60-something%. Let's look at House. Oh my Lord. Oh goodness. All right. So right now it looks like House is going to beat Cassandra Hobson Jordan even at a stronger pace than Tiffany Henyard. Cassandra may not even get to 200 votes. So we don't necessarily have to watch the entire thing. We'll hang out. We'll chat. But yeah, this is it. It looks like Napoleon Harris is going to win. Lady Scorpion says, I don't care how much you're on YouTube. What is your plan and can you do a job? Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't have to be on YouTube. I think, and again, this is just, it could show exactly how bad and chaotic things are in the township. If I'm running for any position in politics, I want to be on YouTube, but I want to be on TV, local news. I want to be everywhere talking about my message. But I understand if things are so bad with Tiffany Henyard, I guess you don't have to say a word and you get elected. What does that show about the situation? What does that show that he didn't have to come out. He didn't have to come to a meeting. He didn't Harris didn't have to do much of anything, just be around. And because he already has a lot of notoriety, I know he played football or whatever, but what you would want for any political office is opposing people trying really hard to win, not one person that's so bad at this that the other person could just walk in. That's my opinion, but I may be in the minority in that thought process. But yeah, 65 has been reported, and Cassandra Hobson Jordan rebuilding the Dalton party. Looks like that's not going to happen. Let's look at the trustees, and the trustees are also carrying everything here. Oh wait, now we got Hillcrest. Yeah, so got Brittany Norwood, Kriana Belcher, Edward, Steve, and unfortunately, wait a minute. So Danasha Lee Harrison has more votes than Cassandra. So Cassandra right now has 92. Harrison has 72. So it kind of shows if maybe Harrison would have, I don't know, ran by himself, or he probably would have been in a better spot. I think that one of the biggest issues a lot of people had with Harrison is the fact that he didn't take accountability of how Cassandra Hobson was talking and communicating, and the way she was really aggressive, and how she was fighting with people online and not really coming up with real policies, not acting, not saying like a leader. Like you have to take the negative from some people who do not like you, but not react. You don't have to go with it. What the Obama's wife said. When they go high, when they go low, you go high. It's like she was in the muck fighting, and it's interesting that Harrison has more votes than she does. Gonzalez is not at fault. I mean, Gonzalez. I mean, I'll say right now, I wouldn't have done it. You got to take responsibility. The fact that and also I don't think he's honest in answering the question, why did you give her a chance? What was discussed? What was exchanged? What favors did you exchange for you to nominate her? And I don't think he's being honest by telling exactly what happened, because I do believe, in my opinion, there was some kind of exchange for goods and services. There was something that he received for nominating her. Henyard she had the same attitude as a trustee. She was a slumlord as a trustee. Why would you nominate her? Unless there was some backdoor deal. And that's the problem with Illinois politics, is one of the most corrupt states and one of the corrupt places in the country. So the fact that he's able to nominate her and her nominating this person caused so much issues, and he's able to continue to be trustee. It is what it is. I don't live there. That's what the people want. The people vote for what they want. The people vote for what they want. That's the beauty of this. That's the beauty of democracy, and also the problem with democracy. So yeah, it looks like Nate is not gonna make it. All right, let's click let's do this right here. Boom. Yep, we're still pressing it, but yeah, looks like. As we look at it, it's a long list of trustees that tried. I like the fact that Christopher Clark said he wasn't going to. He's going to drop out, and then stuck around, and he's going to get less votes than anybody. Nate Fields, second in place, but 6,000 to 877, not a chance. He is not going to be the supervisor. We don't know. I mean, Henyard is a write-in candidate. She's not even on this website here. Yeah, Budpedia, exactly. Which is, and it's a good idea, just to be honest. Yeah, she promised me some work. I'm not saying anyone is bad. I think, but I would say this right now, please, guys, stop looking at all these people as good or evil. This is not a Marvel movie. This is not Lord of the Rings. Look at it as those other shows where there's, like a Game of Thrones. There's good aspects and negative aspects. I would say like Tiffany Henyard was an extremely incompetent, corrupt person. Didn't take any responsibility. But don't believe that there's all good and all evil or all bad. Everyone is out for something. That's regardless if you're talking about politics or even in your workplace or in your family. When you watch someone, whatever they're doing, they are motivated by something. That's all. As long as you guys know that, it's all good. And I'm sure Gonzalez realized he made a terrible mistake. Cool. And the fact that the people in the township are voting for him, they accepted his apology. They accept the fact that he took accountability for making a really bad mistake. Cool. That's not wrong with me. I don't see where I could find. Let me see if I could find Tiffany Henyard. Is it possible that we could see how many write-in votes that she get? I don't know. No, the only Tiffany we have is Tiffany LaRue, independent, and she is not going to win. So I can't see how many write-in votes that she has, unfortunately. I can't see it. And I'm refreshing, still 65%. Don't have it. What are my motivations? Good question, Type Beats. My motivations as a YouTuber is to create content, basically tell really interesting stories. So that's my motivation. So I don't have, I'm not in politics. I am not looking to get a seat anywhere. I'm in Brooklyn, New York. I do not live there. So my motivations has nothing to do with me nominating a corrupt person that was a slumlord, that was disrespectful in meetings before. That's not because I didn't do that. So my motivations is to make videos. That I've found something that I love, creating YouTube videos. So that's my motivation. Politics is not. So I would say at the end of this, there's a lot of there's still a lot to talk about and go through, especially if you live there. But for me, the only thing I'll probably be following is Tiffany Henyard, and when either she goes to get arrested by the FBI or there's more issues with the lawsuits. I will not be diving into the politics of the township or the politics of Dalton. That's for other YouTubers to do. I don't live there. It's a lot to dive into, and there's other stories to cover. Exactly. That's it. Just expose some corruption. And there's tons of it. But in terms of like the day-to-day, who's doing what and who's not fixing the houses and who's not trimming the bushes, that's not what I'm going to be doing. If there's still craziness happening, which I'm sure there's not anything that's going to be the level of Tiffany Henyard, I'll still be around. Let me go back. I know I'm bouncing between the township. Is there any other is there any other races you guys care about? Let me know. We can always check it out. But I'm just bouncing between the township and Dalton because that's what we hear. Cassie didn't offer help. Yeah, did she? No, she didn't. A lot of it was you guys are too stupid, and those people on Dalton Politics website, they're talking this mess. And I'm like, why do you care what's happening in a Facebook group? Who cares what they're saying? I mean, most of them probably don't even live in Dalton. Focus on Dalton. You are running to be mayor of Dalton, and also don't call people stupid. Don't talk down to people. Why would I vote for you? Like simple basic stuff that Cassandra did not do properly. It's like, of course she's not going to win. I mean, Jason House is basically the complete opposite of Tiffany Henyard. He's reserved. He's not crashing out. He's not aggressive. And people are looking for some peace, some calm. And I think that's why they went with House. And I think Cassandra Hobson Jordan was behaving very similar to Tiffany Henyard, does she sound a little bit more educated than Tiffany Henyard? Yes. But they're done with the attitude. They don't want that attitude anymore. And Cassandra didn't have the wherewithal, like she didn't have the understanding to realize that is not going to work. Interesting. I don't know anything about Byron Stanley at all. I'm sorry. What about the corruption? Linwood is another issue. I'm sorry. I know I'm bouncing around. I haven't got a chance to look at all of the comments. Appreciate all the information, everything you guys are putting in. Just add the candidates' votes and then adjust the total votes, and you assume what's left. You know what? That's some smart. You're a smart dude, and you guys could definitely do that for me because I hate math. Okay, so you're telling me so 13,000, and what you guys think? All right, so we're basically at the end. We're at the end. 87% has been reported. We're looking at the township. 87% has been reported. There's over 114,000 registered voters. And look how many voted. Look at the turnout. What do you guys think about the turnout? 11%. Oh, you know what? Sorry, 16. There you go. Yeah, 12% turnout. What do you guys think about that? Thank you, and for the $2 super chat. Napoleon Residency is shaky. 2 homes, but others also. Yeah, but if you have multiple homes, you have multiple residences. People may not like that. I think when you're saying, do you live in a township? It's like, do you actually live there? Do you get your groceries delivered there or your packages? Do your kids work or live or go to the same school district? So that's what they're looking for. But if the man has multiple homes, who's to say where he lives and where he doesn't live? So, and also, I don't think they care. I don't think the people who voted for him care. They want Napoleon. He is the bigger name, and similar to Jason House, the man isn't crashing out on Facebook. He's not rapping. He's not talking about feed the people. He just does his thing. He's a state senator. He's famous. He's tall. He picked up a ball and ran around apparently, so he's going to be the guy. So what I'm saying, that the turnout is only 12%. 12% is the turnout. And like I said, I think Napoleon Harris is going to run away with it. He is going to be the new supervisor of the township. Let's go and check out what. Let's check out House and see how much was the landslide here. Yeah, and the landslide continues. So you got, 17% for the village of Dalton. Is that good? Is that bad? You tell me. You guys, you say Civilian says really sad. Which side Stanley Brown is joining? The winning side. He already showed you that when he showed up at the house victory party. He's like, listen, I'm here to help you guys. Whatever bike you give him, he's gonna ride it. All right. Whatever burger you give Stan Brown, he's gonna call it the most juiciest, delicious burger. So he's there to do what he has to do. He's a politician. That's what politicians do. They're there to do what they gotta do to get to the next spot, whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, local politics votes the least and complains the most. That's a good line. Thank you, D-Dave. Thank you for the $5 super chat. IMO, you guys got IMO upset. He gave up on you guys. I would say 17% is not good. It's hard to complain when only 17% of the voters come out. That means they don't really care all that much. They don't care that much. And also, a lot of people don't care about voting for Cassandra Hobson Jordan. We could look at the trustees again and see that Harrison is getting more votes than Cassandra Hobson. So if I'm the Nasha Lee Harrison, you should definitely stop linking Hobson to the hip anymore, and kind of just, if you really want to do well in politics in the village, being with Cassandra is probably not be a good idea. Evans with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. If you have multiple houses, you pay multiple taxes as a resident, meaning you live in multiple places, which is fine. But you know what the complaints of Napoleon is. Yeah, sure. If you're paying and you have multiple places, but do you really live in the area that you're serving? Whether you're just paying the bill. And again, it doesn't matter. It looks like the people who are voting are fine with what it is, but that was the contention when he said that he was running. Dude, do you even live there? But people voted, and the votes are the biggest loudspeaker, the blowhorn. They don't care. They want him, and obviously, Henyard is not going to win by write-in. We were checking out. I think it's 17%. Let me look at that. Wait a second. Yeah, so right now it's still 17%. Yeah, 82% has been reported. 14 out of 17 precincts have been reported. So if we go with 3 more percent, maybe 17% has turned out. So this also this is a lot to break down. As many people have followed this story for months, even years, right? Reading all of the comments, watching all the videos from multiple content creators, going on Facebook groups, going on TikTok, and the people who live there, 17% voted. 17% said, I'm going to vote. And remember, this is not just what happened today. It's been early voting for the last, week? So it kind of shows you what the priorities are the people who live there. And so, some don't care. Well, it looks like most do not care. Some do. Thank you, Dave P. I wasn't there in the beginning. Like, I would say true shout out to Pink Book Lessons. She was the first content creator that I've heard talk about this and had multiple videos on it, and it was extremely fascinating. That's the reason why I decided to start checking the story out. Another one, obviously, Nate the Lawyer. Shout out to Nate the Lawyer. Very, he's the creator that I inspired to emulate, because he's a cool dude. Black guy, dreads, glasses. We have some things in common. But definitely, Pink Book Lessons was the first content creator that started to talk about what she called the city girl mayor, Tahoe Tiffany, and talking about this story, and it was so bizarre. I started to kind of dive into it myself, and we're at the, I guess the end of the chapter. But Tiffany Henyard, I don't think she's going to go away. She will be around in one way or another. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Ben Bradley, shout out to him. Shout out to Regina Waldrop. What's the other guy? Dane Placco. All of the folks that are in WGN and NBC. I mean, Ben Bradley had to me, of all the saga, the biggest, most powerful viral meme is when he asked her, didn't you go to Vegas? And the face and how she stopped talking, it was hilarious. Like, so shout out to them. Hopefully they win some Emmys and stuff like that. Hopefully. I mean, they spent a lot of time going through everything. House definitely won. Yeah, House won. I mean, I think we kind of realized that very early on. I'm still refreshing. We're still at 82. Actually, yeah. There's tons. A lot of big, huge YouTubers cover this at least once or twice. I mean, shout out to Tommy G. I mean, the man actually went to Dalton twice. Was harassed by Chief Lacey. Former Chief Lacey. Going there and went back, and he confronted her on some of the stuff, lying about the Tahoe that she signed, rapping about I'm going to Chicago, to Vegas to Chicago, in a Tahoe, like just throwing all that stuff in people's faces. And so shout out to him. But so many content creators that talked about this. It has been quite a ride, and we're still sitting back looking at the results here as I'm rambling. When they take office, I think next month. Let me know, and anyone who's living there, let me know. Do they start everything next month? I believe so, but I could be wrong because I know this is the first day of April, so I believe so. Is there going to be? I think it may be a Dalton meeting next Monday on the 7th. Because yesterday was not the 1st of April, so the 7th. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. I mean, and also there was other, auditors showing up. I mean, once the story became national news, people just showed up. I mean, the New York Post went to Illinois. They went to Dalton, Illinois. The New York Post went there to check these stories out. And then obviously with the brawl, and I still find it fascinating that the only person that I got arrested was DeMarcus Krigley. I would say he's one of the people that should have been arrested. He got one point he's stomping on people, then he's trying to throw a TV or try to jump on top of a desk. I heard that he stole a phone. It's like everything kind of came up to that fight. I think the fight was the end of everything. Is anything 100%? I see some 100%, but these are, let's see, nothing. A lot of people who are just. Is the Jada Curry? Let me see something right here. So Linwood, and I made a video about this. This person right here, to me, looks like there's some corruption here, and she's got another 4 years. Made sure that her brother had a bar that didn't have all their stuff together. She's also the liquor commissioner. Didn't have the due diligence to make sure that the stuff that they were doing were on point. So you still have problems in the Southland, even with Tiffany Henyard not being there. Where we at? Let's see here. I don't know, Tissa Brown. If you could find it, let me know. I can't find the write-in votes, but someone did have a good idea that you just took what you have and then you minus the total with all the votes everyone else has. You probably realize what's the write-in vote. But also, you may not, because other people have probably written in other names. You know how, even in the presidential elections, people write in dumb names that have no chance of winning. So even if we did do the calculations of total votes and then leave the what's the remainder, that's not necessarily meaning that they're going to actually be all the votes. If that makes sense. Thank you, your neighborhood dope autism mama. Appreciate your $10 super chat. Thank you so much for crediting Pink Book Lessons. Yeah, she was on it from the gate. Thank you for supporting us. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Pink Book Lessons. I mean, I followed her even before Dalton, so I was already aware of her channel, and she was growing really, really fast, and I like her work. She was the first. Her saying city girl mayor is her. I don't know if anyone said that before she said it, but she was the first, at least in my estimation. Let me see. Is anyone online right now? Is any kind of are they doing any kind of there was a live. There's no campaign organizations, no campaign spots. I know they're about to do some partying soon, because it looks like Napoleon Harris is gonna come out and win this thing. So what do you guys think about the turnout for the township? About 104. I'm sorry. You guys are looking at what I'm looking at. So 114,000 voters. Only 13 people cast their vote. Turnout is 11%. 11.60%. Can you see Glenwood? I'll show Glenwood. Give me a second. I'll look at Glenwood right now. All right, so we got Glenwood right here. Oh, that's actually a close one. It's separated by 30 votes. So I don't know if which one that you want to or who you want to win, but this one's actually close. Yeah, from the clerk, from the mayor or president, trustees look like they're pretty. You know, you got Edward Hadnot, Michelle Mosley, Felicia Brown. So you got a good amount of people here, but this actually is a pretty close one. Michelle, who are you looking to win? Or what do you think? Let's see, Oak with the 99 super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you extremely much. And we're still going to be here. There's so much going on. I don't know if you guys saw the last video I made a couple of days ago talking about the police station and North Bergen. I don't know what's going on with that, Chief. There's a lot of craziness going on. 199 from Ron Baltimore. Appreciate you. I was on live for Dalton. They said no streaming. I guess they didn't want Tiffany watching them winning. Okay. But yeah, let me know. Like, I don't know too much about Glenwood. Is there any issues going on there? Like, let me know. I'm not sure what's going on. The turnout is abysmal as it's been in the past. That's why everything is happening the way it is. People don't take things seriously despite how they might be affected by it. Yeah, Michael Smith. Is Michael Smith running for? What's he running for? I thought he didn't make it to be. He didn't. Is this Michael Smith? The Michael Smith that we know? Give me a second. Is this Michael Dot Smith for the school board? Let me see. What's this? Let me know, because Michael Smith is a really common name. Is this the same Michael Smith that's doing West Harvey, Dixmoor, 147? Let me know. I'm not sure if that's the same Michael Smith. Is it any more? Yeah, it's the only one that's on this site right here. Okay, Michelle. Gotcha. But it's a pretty close one in Linwood, so you definitely want to check out and keep following that. But guys, is this the Michael Smith? That's what I'm saying. Is this it? Like, let me know. I didn't know he was still running for things. I know he tried to run for trustee. He didn't win. He didn't get close. Is he actually going to be? Is this nonpartisan? Is this the guy? Like, I don't know. I didn't follow the school board stuff at all, so I'm not exactly sure. Let me know if that is the same Michael Smith. Oh wow, I'm getting a lot of text messages. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. I wonder if people are trying to send me information here. Oh no, it's a bunch of my family in the group chat. Fantastic. Yeah, is this? Let me know if he's actually got on this. And again, there's tons of Michael Smiths around, but I don't know if that's the same. So let's go back. It's been a while. So let me look at the Dalton stuff right here. Yeah, right. Thank you, Kevin, for the $2 super chat. Is that him? Oh, wow. Michael Smith actually won something in a school board? He should not be around any children at all. He shouldn't even be on a board. Wow. Well, I'm going to check back again. But it's possible he's going to get in. That is crazy. Wow. And I think you think at this point he should stop running for things. We don't go work at a warehouse very, very far away from children. Like go somewhere else. He should not be around kids. Who's voting for him? Yeah, me too. I thought it was just Riverdale, but I think a lot of these areas are really close to each other. People are burned out from the election November, now April. That's why I look. Yeah. But I understand that, Earl, and I totally understand. And I think a lot of people are exhausted mentally and physically from this situation, especially how Tiffany Henyard seems to embrace the kind of chaos, embrace this kind of division. She seems to be okay with it, but it's not that much energy to go and vote, especially with all the early voting access. I don't know if you care. If I think people care, they'll show up. People show up for things they care about. So, and also some people may just think, you know what? Yeah, House got it. I don't need to show up. Yeah, he's gonna probably win. So I don't need it to vote. Some people have those type of feelings as well. So all right, so David Lewis said is not the same Michael Smith. So we're going to have to, before we end this stream, or at least end all of we got to figure out, is this the same Michael Smith or is it a different Michael Smith? We got to make sure. We don't want to walk out all feeling a little annoyed because this guy actually won something. And we're getting there. 94% reported. And Cassandra Hobson Jordan that is a landslide that I've just, devastating landslide right there. Devastating landslide. 142 votes. Sauk Village, okay, I'll check it out. We'll check it all out. Give me a second. Sauk Village. Is Sauk Village voting for it? Okay. Oh, wow. Thank you for letting me know. This is actually a big deal. Derek Burgess has lost the election. And the one who won was the woman, Campbell Pruitt, that almost socked him in the head with the damn gavel. Because he was talking mess, and she was mad with him, and she was about to hit him. Well, I don't know if she was going to really hit him, but she definitely threatened him with it. And Derek Burgess has been accused, similar to the rest of these mayors, for misappropriation of funds. And shout out to Campbell Pruitt. She beat Derek Burgess. Wow. So that is a surprise. Thank you for letting me know about that. Give me some love there. I didn't even think that was even a chance. Wow. That's a surprise. I'm very surprised. I've made a few videos on Sauk Village, and a lot of people had a lot of problems with Derek Burgess. It looks like he was having some issues with transparency and Campbell Pruitt was definitely a trustee, or definitely was on that board, going back and forth, a lot of anger and aggression towards each other, and it looks like she's gonna run it, and he's out of there. So interested. I may check out Sauk Village, the next meeting. That may be interesting because they had a little bit of similarities between what's going on in Dalton. They a lot of back and forth, a lot of arguing, a lot of jostling back and forth, but interesting. Let me see who had the clerk. Okay, so Debbie Williams. I'm not necessarily too sure about that one. Let's see. Michelle Sterling. Okay. All right. So we got little changes. Interesting. She won. All right. Congratulations to her. I'm sure she's gonna have something to say about that a little later. Gotcha. Oh yeah, Max. What? Damn. Yeah. What was Max win? Yeah, Max won. Max was running for something. Give me a second. Yeah, he was winning for like a small. Let's see. Damn, I don't remember. Oh, he didn't win. Well, is this the Max Solomon here? Let me see. Is this it? He didn't run for trustee. He ran for mayor. So I don't know if this is the same guy. Yeah, I don't know if this is the same guy. I forgot. What do you guys remember? Where Max Solomon was running? What was he was running for? Oh yes, yeah. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah. Hazel Crest. No, I guess no. He must have lost the primary. He's not on it, so he wasn't running for anything. Someone said Fina Duke. Did she run for something? Let me see. Commissioner for Dalton Park District. She did not win. 94%. I'm sorry, you guys are looking at different. 94%. Gail Towers is going to win. Fina Dukes is not going to win. And I guess we have some confirmation. Royal Governor said, yes, I'm on the board education page for West Harvey. Totally different Michael Smith. Thank you very much. Kevin says there's East. Okay, so let me look at both of them. You guys are there, so I do not know. See, East Hazel Crest. Okay, the only thing I see is here. Linda Daniels. But don't see anything else. Hazel Crest. Let's see, school boards. Let's see, more. Okay. Nope, I don't see no Max Solomon. I don't see no Max Solomon here. Yeah. You're right. She is no longer the super mayor. She is no longer the super mayor. She is just Tiffany Henyard. She's not going to be a supervisor anymore, and she's not going to be the mayor anymore. That's it. It's done. It's over. Gone. It's done. She is done. I'm surprised. I thought it'd have some kind of party at one of these spots over here. Looks like that's not happening. Let's see. And we're still looking to get the confirmation, the very end for the race with House and Cassandra Hobson Jordan. But yeah, she's out of here. It took a while, but the people have decided. And all right, so as we get closer towards the end of the results for Dalton, and we're gonna get to 100 soon. What do you think about it? 18% turnout. Is that still is that still bad? Is that still not acceptable? You got 16,000 registered voters and about 3,000 voted. Is that bad? Is that terrible? What do you guys think? I mean, compared to in the past, this must be record turnouts, right? It has to be some kind of record turnout. Well, she can. You know what? You can still feed the people. You can't. You're not the mayor. You're not the supervisor, but you can still feed the people if you really care about the people. Is that if I type that in, is that going to pop up? And I'll type it in. Well, it must be. It may not be. Is that Cook County? If it's not Cook County, it's not going to show up. Yeah, that's not in there. Horrible numbers. I don't know. What's the voter turnout in New York City? I mean, it's totally different. But let me see. Voter turnout. NYC 2024. All right. So in New York City, we're not great either. So 3 years ago from this, for the mayor, so only 23% of eligible New York voters cast their votes for mayor 3 years ago. So can't talk too much. We don't care either. And there's 8 million of us. So voter turnout is low no matter what. I guess we just don't care. I guess until the presidential election. But we don't care. No one cares. So I wouldn't even say it's the townships issue. It's a nationwide issue. We don't care. We just don't care. Just heading back to looking at the supervisor for township. And yeah, Harris commanding lead. 13% turnout votes. Nate, not gonna happen. Nolan, nope. Clark, nope. And you got the slate sliding in. And Byron Stanley got the most votes out of all the trustees. The celebration streaming. Okay, we'll check that out in a second. Yeah, I mean we can keep looking at the numbers, but it looks like push the wrong button. Wait, is that about? Oh yeah. Press the wrong buttons. Let's look and see if we can find who's streaming. Who's streaming? Do you guys know? If I can find anyone live right now. She gonna make a diss track next? Yeah, I think that's pretty much. I don't think so. I think it's time to move on. Try to do something else. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything happening. Yeah, I don't see anything happening really. We're just all looking at the same crap. We're looking at the same stuff. Nate the lawyer, is he actually hanging out? Is he actually hanging out at the spot? What's going on? What's he doing? No, he's just looking at Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany Henyard has something else to say. What's Tiffany Henyard talking about? Hold on, let me look up. Is she on her Facebook yapping? Shout out to Nate the lawyer. Well, he says I gotta bring him on the channel. Oh no, same old videos of her yapping. Okay, is that really Michael Smith or that's not Michael? We need to figure it out. Is that the real Michael Smith or is that the Dots guy? Michael Smith is probably one of the most like common names. And I'm getting mixed messages here. Is that him or not? Is this the one? He said Dixmoor. Now he was a trustee at Dixmoor, from what I remember. You know what I'm saying? Now, and you got to vote for 4 of them. So there's 4 winners. So I don't know. People say no. Yeah, I'm going back and forth. And I haven't received any messages telling me if it is or it isn't. So I'm going to go with I don't know. I don't know. Evans with the 499 super chat. It's time for the super loser to make like TK47 and do the race. Okay, I'll check for you, Yo-Yo. But last time I checked, it did look too good for her. So I'll double check for you, Yo-Yo. And yeah, Gail Towers, 80%, and Fiona Dukes is 19%. So she lost. Okay, reality TV show. Okay, well, let's move on since we looked at the same stuff. I don't think, it don't seem like it's gonna be that much of a difference. House won, Napoleon Harris won. TV. I can't type. What the hell's going on? Let's see. Fame. All right, they got copyrighted music on. I can't play Tevin Campbell. As much as I would like to, I can't. But we will check out what's going on. And let's see. I'll just click it right now. And we'll just keep. Oh, that's a really old. I gotta refresh that. Give me a second. Okay, cool. Exactly. How many? We know there's tons of Mike Smiths around. We don't know. I have no idea. Thank you for the $2 super chat. So we gotta make sure. Someone gotta make sure. Like, And then, okay, so Ira says, according to all in the queue, it's Micah Smith is a typo. I'm not gonna reach out to Micah Smith and ask. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So not sure where this is for a reality TV check, but problem is the music is that copyright good stuff. So let me see if they still playing music. Okay, they're playing D'Angelo, which is an amazing song that I love. Lady, it's a fantastic song, but unfortunately with copyright, no matter how much we love the sweet tunes R&B and how R&B has fallen over the last 20 years and why has R&B fallen where it used to be probably late or early 2000s where it actually still had some pretty good R&B. 112, big fan of that. Jagged Edge. Where's those artists now, D'Angelo, like who's singing? Who's the singers right now? But that's a different conversation for a different day. Let's keep going. Yeah, D'Angelo. I mean, come on. I mean, even that really bad video, he had the worst video. You guys may not remember this, but D'Angelo had a video called the song was Untitled, and he was showing his naked body, and my chick really liked that video. I think a lot of women did. I wasn't a big fan of it, but he had that video. It was kind of, but the song was good. But he wanted to show that he worked out and stuff, and then the video was just him sweaty as the camera going up and down his body, like, yeah. But good song anyway. Let's continue. I'm sure you did, Paying Parent. I'm sure you loved it. Kay, yeah, best video ever. I'm sure you guys enjoy that. Big fans of that. Yeah, I'm sure you guys remember the sound too. Yeah, they thought, why didn't go in lower? Well, because it's a family channel. You shouldn't be doing that. I don't care if he works out. Actually, I need to work out too. I mean, it's cool. It was. Yeah, I'm hating. It's all hate. It's all hate. There's nothing wrong with it. It is what it is. But that's the kind of R&B that I remember. Solid stuff. Now, yeah, Chris Brown. He's all right. He's all right. Is that 100%? Yeah, we still at 94% for Jason House. We're still there. That song was good. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh yeah, Drew Hill, Jodeci, 112. Y'all know about 112. Listen, Case. Things are different now. Things are different now. They don't have those. They don't have that. I mean, Drew Hill, 5 Steps. I think I like Drew Hill more than Jodeci actually. Beauty's Her Name. Just really solid R&B. Don't talk about Shy right here. Listen. Oh, you guys, listen. We should change this channel. Let's stop talking about Tiffany Henyard. Let's talk about some R&B. Because you guys know what's going on. Yeah. Every once in a while, you should spend your time on YouTube just watching all of like really good R&B music videos and put live performances. Boyz II Men, yes, thank you. We're messing up. Boyz II Men is still performing. They're still touring. I saw them in February near Valentine's Day. They can still sing, like still killing it. What's that one song that I love them? They was singing. Seasons, 4 Seasons of Loneliness. That's one talent I wish I had, the ability to sing. Rick James, all right, I'll give you that. Keith Sweat, yeah, that beggar. He beg sing. Listen, Music Soul Child had an album out maybe 2 years ago. Go on all the streaming sites, you'll see it. It's the good. I forgot the name of it though. I think it was called Villains and Victims. Really good album. Very, very good. they're just playing all the 90s hits. Listen, they got a good DJ over there. But anyway, let's go back to the politics and who's winning these races. That's what we're here for. Okay. Now I just want to do another one just to check. Is there anybody else? Any other victory parties happening? I don't see anybody. This is reality TV Chicago. Check him out. Subscribe to his channel. This guy has been there. Him, a Critical Smoker, Vivian, Alan, Alicia Nicole. These people are here at every meeting, just watching the most crazy, bizarre stuff. And, don't forget them as this, even though this election is over and Tiffany here looks like she's out of everything. If you care about this area, especially if you live in this area, continue to support these content creators, because the last thing you want any politician to do is think that no one's watching them anymore and they can do what they want to do. You got to hold them accountable. It's really the job of the people who live there to continue to hold them accountable, continue to show up. So the next meeting, and I think I'll check out the last Dalton meeting, probably. I think next week, that's probably the last one I probably will check out. I hope it's not no one shows up and it's just a few people. I hope there's still people continue to show up, because that's the only way you can keep. Because remember, they're working for you. You're not working for them. You have to keep that mindset. You guys don't even care what I'm saying. I'm talking about more R&B. So for real, Candy Rain. I'm not gonna start pretending to sing. I'm not gonna happen. Rough Ends, yeah. New Edition, definitely. Yeah, so Wiedemann only covered the tail end of Jerry Jones' tenure when Jerry Jones quit. From when I had my last conversation with Stephanie Wiedemann, she was not interested to continue to be in politics. She wants to be a public service, but she didn't seem like she wanted to continue to be a trustee. She only did it because Jerry Jones he resigned and they needed another trustee. And Carla, I think she was done. She wasn't looking to continue to run it as well. Oh yeah, listen. Yeah, my grandfather put me on Sade. She's amazing. It's interesting. She never really wanted anyone to sample her music. I don't think anyone sampled Sade's music. I don't think so. I'm trying to remember. Keith Sweat, Michael Bolton. Come on, man. Listen, we're trying to. Listen, we ain't got Michael Bolton around here. How dare you? The way he sang was weird. He had a weird. I'm not going to try to pretend to implement that or try to. No, I can't. Let's see. You guys, no one said Kiki Wyatt. You guys not fans of her? You guys not fans of Kiki Wyatt? Because all that money she got paid for that Taste of Township or whatever it was called, in the rain when it was like 220 people there. Well, no one said Marvin Sapp either. No fans of Martin Sapp. What's that song called? Close the Doors? Oh yeah, rest in peace, Angie Stone. Classic, great singer. Brian McKnight. Now listen, I have a really complicated. I love Brian McKnight, great singer, but when you read the stories about how he treats his kids, like a real piece of crap, man. Like apparently he changed his name. This is all reported. You can check it online. He changed his name so his newest son could be a junior when he already had a junior with an older child. So I remember watching him live, and I wanted to boo him, but I couldn't because the guy could sing so well. But it's like, damn, what are you doing? Like, why are you treating your kids this way? I mean, I'm not in the man's business, but that's what I read. He's not a good father. Yeah, horrible father. And for a man that can sing so well, what a piece of crap. Like just a piece of garbage. Yeah, definitely Marvin Sapp, new song, Close the Doors. Close the Doors, we need that 40K. we need it. Craig, what's going on? Appreciate the $5 super chat. I hope everything is well with you. Oh yeah, John B. Pfft. And he can still sing. From last time I saw a YouTube video of him, he can still put it down. I still booed him. Yeah, I wish I had the. I'm like, damn, he still sounds good. Damn it. He should lose his voice. Terrible. Yeah, and it's just stories. I don't know if it's real or whatnot, but it don't sound like Tony. Shout out to one of the guys in the band passed away. I forgot his name, but rest in peace to him. Obviously, yeah, Whitney Houston, definitely. What happened to R&B though? Like we're talking about acts from decades ago. Like what's if someone said who's an R&B right now that's performing that you like? I can't even tell you. I couldn't tell you. Carl Thomas. All right. Do you guys think I Wish was a toxic song? Like, he's mad that the woman is going back to her husband and kids. He's upset. Like, that she's probably making the more responsible decision. Like, hey, yeah, we have this relationship and we had a good time, but I got to go back because I have to I want to keep my family together. And he's mad. Great song though. I'm just saying, like, I feel like he's a bit of the bad guy in the video. Like, he's the bad guy. Like, I wish I never met you because you want to go back and be responsible, with your kids. All right, I'm trying to refresh this and see if it's 100%. It's still not 100%. We're still 94%. If you guys can look at it, just get the official that Jason House is the new mayor, but it's pretty much set in stone. Yeah, wow. I would love to see him live. That's definitely one I would like to see live. Carl Thomas. I think he may be coming back. I think he actually doing some stuff. From last thing I saw something a couple of months ago. Oh, Donnell Jones. Yeah. Again, what happened? See, if Tiffany Henyard could sing instead of that stupid rap that she did, maybe would have changed it. Probably not, but that song was pretty bad. Feeding the People was not a good song, right? We all agree. It's just not. Shout out to Mario. That's what's up. Cassandra is singing Whitney Houston's song "Nothing." Yeah, we don't know because we don't see writing. We don't get information from writing candidates, unfortunately. Let me see if this is. Nope, still playing that lovely, lovely copyrighted song that we can't hear. I'm sorry, guys. Let me check out the Napoleon Harris. What he's doing is 95%. Yeah, 95%, 13% turnout. Napoleon Harris commanding lead. I'm just looking at the trustees. Yep, you got Byron Stanley, Christopher Gonzalez, Mary Avant, and Valeria Stubbs. Now, Stubbs actually was the trustee for Dalton a couple years back. So she was a trustee for the Village Dalton. Now she's the trustee for the Township of Dalton. So, yeah, Napoleon Harris won. I would love to hear. Hopefully in the future, just for I'd like to hear him speak and have his take on everything that's happened, his take on the situation, and I guess his plans. And again, he doesn't necessarily need it for me. I mean, he won. He doesn't have to do anything at this point. But hopefully, for the people who live in the township, that he does have some kind of conversation before he takes the reins. Again, that's just me. Is that St. Patrick's? Good question. I have no idea. I probably should ask. Someone go over there and ask if that's St. Patrick's. I don't know if he's going to be able to answer. Is that St. Patrick, guys? I don't live over there. I have no idea. writing candidates views come in when the polls are 100%. Okay. All right. Thank you, Jojo. We'll definitely check that out. We'll definitely check that out. But yeah, Napoleon won. Okay. Cool. Gotcha. So we'll check this. We'll check out the writing to see how many votes that that Tiffany Henyard got. How many write-ins? It probably wasn't that many. She may have more write-ins than Cassandra Hobson Jordan had votes. All right, let's do a bet. Let's do a bet before we see the official results. Who had more votes? Henyard or Cassandra Hobson Jordan? Who do you think had more votes? I'll make it fun of you doing feeding people. I'm not doing that. I'm feeding the people. No way. No way. Well, wait, they're doing something? Let me see. Hold on. Anyway, I'm getting in trouble with my stream here, dancing to the music. Victor, thank you for follow super chat. Cannot wait to see your Mayor Cuomo coverage. Listen. I don't know what's going on where I live. People want Cuomo, which I don't understand. The man had so many issues, but I understand people not liking Adam so much that they think Cuomo is better. But yeah, thank you, Victor. Just hang out with me. I lose my mind with this one. I don't understand how people are. I understand people are desperate in New York City, but why would we need to go backwards? There's no one else who wants to be mayor of New York City. It's infuriating. About that stepping music. Oh man, listen, I'm not a dancer. Like I got my 2 steps. So that's about it. I don't be doing spins or anything. I'm not no Jackson or anything. But I don't know. I guess they're looking through everything. This is it. I think we're at the end. It's Harris, it's House. The other ones didn't do it. Good. You know what? Good question. I think we talked about this. Did I talk about this? Doesn't matter. I talk about this often. Do you feel guilty listening to R. Kelly? Now, usually what I do is, if I'm with people, I always ask the question, like, you still listen to R. Kelly? And everyone's cool with it. It's cool. But usually one person will be like, nah, I can't listen to that anymore. Because it's hard. Some people, it's hard to separate the art from the artist. And I understand that. So I won't even argue and say you should be able to. Some people can't. My position is I don't know about the person. So I love Nas. I love, J. Cole. I love, Kendrick. I love, these rappers. But I don't know who they are behind closed doors, right? So until I guess they show me, then maybe I say, you know what? I shouldn't do this. But R. Kelly is a creep, terrible person. Should we still listen to, I Could Believe I Can Fly? Should we still listen to Ignition? This woman's work. Like, I'm sorry, wrong person. That's not him. But should you listen to these songs? Now, you shouldn't listen to Down Low. Keep it on Down Low, because that was exactly what he was talking about. It's like there's certain songs that you probably shouldn't listen to. But, okay. Because he's from Chicago. I understand. I feel that. R. Kelly will always be the king of R&B. I feel you. But all right. But do you guys listen to Chris Brown? Chris Brown, that you could see beat Rihanna, see her face, but people still listen to Chris Brown. Like another one, someone said, do you still listen to Elvis? Do you still listen to Michael Jackson? Do you still tap your feet to Thriller? So it's a lot of, we all have our different. And I still listen to Michael Jackson. My views changed a bit with Michael Jackson. It looks like definitely inappropriate, but it looks like there were parents that were using the situation to profit. But he still was inappropriate. No matter how your situation is, don't be in the bed with kids. That's not your kids. Like, it's weird. But you can really go all over the place with exactly what does when do you draw the line? I guess we're not gonna know until 100% is reported. I don't know. I think reality TV shows stream is buffering, but yeah. So according to some reports, once everything is 100% reported, then we'll see the write-in votes. So we're waiting on that. But like you see right here, we're not really, nothing changed. Yeah, we gotta see. Leave Elvis alone. He was a G. Michael Jackson, never of the playlist. I have Michael Jackson experience on the Wii. Michael Jackson is innocent. Definitely things are different now from before he passed. I think before he passed, I think a lot of people thought that he did something. It was tons of jokes about him. A lot of people were making fun of him during the time right before he passed. Speaky P says, I have learned to separate the artist from the person. Most great artist performers are a little off anyway. I remember, I forgot where I got this from, but was it Tyson? Tyson got it from somebody else, but he was saying that you can meet great men, but it's hard to find a good man, if that makes sense. Like people who perform greatness in terms of, it could be art, it could be athletics, greatness, right? But they don't necessarily mean they're good men. So it's like, I guess the path or the purpose should be to be a good man or a good person, because a lot of people who have greatness have a lot of flaws. Sometimes a lot of skeletons in their closet of doing some really terrible things, but they're not a good person. A good person may not necessarily do great things, but if they're a good person, that's more important than necessarily being the greatest person. Like Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan, Chicago guys, right? I can't stand the Bulls. I can't stand Michael Jordan back in the 90s. Jordan used to beat the Knicks all the time. It was infuriating. I can't stand any of you Chicago Bulls fans. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players who ever played, probably the greatest. You look at his son, Marcus Jordan, getting arrested, multiple times being caught sniffing cocaine, messing around with Pippen's ex-wife, messing around with, not necessarily nowhere near fulfilling, I guess, the potential or even the promise of his father, right? Can't compete. He's probably will never be that. Was Michael Jordan a great father? Probably not. I don't know. But a man spent his whole life becoming the greatest basketball player. Did he have time to be a good father? So that's where those sacrifices are made, I guess, right? In terms of Dennis Rodman, he apologized. He talked about, I wasn't a good father to my kids. He was out there partying, being the greatest rebounder the game has ever seen. Was he a good father? So that's what, I don't know. I'm ranting. I have no idea why we started talking about this. What were we talking about this for? I forgot. Yeah, the Bulls suck. But speak a piece. Yeah, you live in Chicago. You heard stories of R. Kelly and his taste for younger. It's no secret. Yeah, I hear you. Yes, Belcher is a trustee. We're still waiting for the 100%. So we all want to see how many write-in votes did Tiffany Henyard get. We still don't know. We just know that she's definitely not 100% not going to be the supervisor. She did not win at all. Yeah. Yep. And people have had stories about Jordan not being the nicest guy. I think Dennis Rodman is a good person, but again, was he there to be a good father? Like Dennis Rodman probably wasn't a mean person, a bad person, but sometimes you gotta not be the cool guy to be a good father, right? Yeah, I remember that story, Templum. I remember that story. I don't think I don't think Jordan likes rap music. I don't think Jordan messed with the rappers. I don't think so. I will always be an R. Kelly fan. I got you. Sergio S. Hannibal, now as Tiffany is gone, what are your plans? Are you still going to focus on other corrupt mayors and other corrupt politicians, or you will just cover the news in general? I've been still covering all corrupt individuals. So I've been talking about corrupt cops, police chiefs. If you're interested, check out my channel. Click the bell for all notifications. Since a lot of the algorithm is focused on me talking about Tiffany Henyard, you may not see the other videos that pop up. But if you click the notifications, you'll see that I have videos talking about what's happening in New York City, where I live. Corrupt cops. There's a story that came out now that New York City is trying to crack down on prostitution that's in Queens and Roosevelt area. And there's been some police officers that have been arrested for basically enjoying themselves in the same way being cops trying to arrest some of these prostitutes. So I haven't made a video about that yet, but definitely still covering some of the corruption, scammers, stuff like that. So I'm still going to be talking about that. And obviously, if Tiffany Henyard makes moves, if she, from what I hear, she's trying to get a reality TV show there. I'm not sure if that's actually true. But Tiffany Henyard is going to pop up somewhere after these losses, and we'll be there to cover it. But thank you for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. We still live R. Kelly still. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Dang, Napoleon doesn't show for during township meetings or campaigns. Still won. You know, I don't know. I would say that it would have been nice if he did, but people have been saying that he has been there for local events. He doesn't necessarily want to be, I guess, on the camera doing, I guess that's not his style. But it is interesting to me that he didn't want to show, but he already had it. It's like the guy already won. It's like he I don't know in football terms, but if you're already up by like 3-4 touchdowns, do you still put the starting quarterback in the game, or you put the backup in? Do you still blitz, or do you know what prevent defense? Let's not just make a terrible mistake that changes the whole thing. How about we just let Tiffany Henyard just keep burying herself, right? I mean, whatever the strategy is, it won. Like Napoleon's strategy won. You know what? I'm going to chill. I don't have to say anything. Anything's better than what Tiffany Henyard is doing. I don't have to say anything and get myself to say something wrong, and then I have to correct myself. How about I just chill and just wait until April 1st and I win anyway? Well, yes, he's gonna have to speak now. Yeah, definitely. In football terms, I didn't have any other analogies I can use. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, so I do remember some pictures. I didn't see any videos, but I saw some pictures when he was at that situation. So was he around all of because it's not just Dalton, the township. There's 17 municipalities. So I guess he was doing a local move, which is fine. I think you don't have to necessarily do what the national stuff, being on local TV that's covering areas that people are not voting. They're not. You need to talk to people who are going to vote for you or have the chance to vote for you. Stop talking about David Ruffin. What are you talking about? Okay, so yeah, that's what we're waiting for. We want to see that. If we don't get a chance, we're always going to talk about it. What would you name Tiffany's so-called reality show, Hannibal? We're going to listen. If it's not called Tiffany Henyard Call the Row, let me educate you. As it relates to what's some other ones they have as it relates to what's some other ones? The lifestyle of the broken, infamous. Genuine. Okay, so let's talk about some. All right, since we're still waiting, we have no idea what we're talking about. We're just chatting. There's some R&B singers that I thought can sing, but I've been told that they can't sing. I don't know if Genuine is on that list, but I heard that Trey Songz can't really sing. You guys let me know. I've heard, and I was a fan of Trey Songz. That Trey Songz. I remember Chris Brown mocking his singing voice. That Trey Songz really can't sing. And I was like, really? I thought he could sing. Another one, Brandy's brother, Ray J. I heard Ray J, and I love I Wish, but apparently Ray J can't sing either. And I was like, really? I thought he could sing. It's like no, he can't. He can't sing at all. I'm like, wow. I guess you're able to still make it. So those are two that I heard that really couldn't sing, but they still got their hit records. Corm. Is that Napoleon? Is that Napoleon over there? It looks like Napoleon. And the music's still playing. No, it's not Napoleon. No, it's not Napoleon. That's just a really tall black guy. Never mind. Yeah, called the feeding the people or illegal. No. Music Soul Child can sing? How? Come on. Really? Really? Have you listened? I haven't listened to him live. But Music Soul Child can sing? How dare you? Now I gotta go back and listen to it later. Music Soul Child can't sing. He can sing. All right, you know one that my stepfather, rest in peace, he always said that Mary J. Blige can't sing. He always used to say that. You know she can't sing. You know she can't sing. Her live singing is but he always said that Mary J. Blige couldn't sing. So let me know if you guys agree with that. I don't know. I still mess with Mary J. Blige. She still looks good for her age. Oh, really? Oh, okay. All right. You know what? I hear you. I mean, if you had two bad experiences, then that's not good. MC says she can't sing. She can't. Okay, so I'm not. Oh, I guess he was right. So Mary J. Blige to y'all can't sing. Okay, I agree. Okay, that was Napoleon Harris. Oh, okay, that's him. Okay, cool. Let me see if they stop the music. Well, still playing some of the music, but Napoleon Harris is getting his congratulations as you see that he has won. Mary J. Blige can't sing for shit. Bobby Brown can sing. Okay, all right. Now we're just getting a little out of hand here. Now I know there's some evidence apparently that Music Soul Child can't sing. Maybe he had a bad day. Maybe he had a cold. Now Bobby Brown can't sing. I mean, I'll give it to y'all. Lies on Bobby Brown. I love Mary J, but she can't sing. Wow, really? Yeah, all right. What's that classic album she had? What's the 411? You guys didn't like that album? Maxwell can sing. I don't want to hear no Maxwell slander. Go watch the Tiny Desk, NPR Tiny Desk. Maxwell can sing. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Nate Fields, well, unfortunately, he didn't win. And we'll talk a little bit about that towards the end. We're just trying to get some of these final numbers, and we're still waiting. The party has been popping. You know, they got the music flowing. It's pretty obvious who won, but I just want to get some of the extra. I mean, that's what she was at. I mean, she had like that, hip hop and R&B flow. Oh, Lady Diva, was that from Mary J. Blige? That she couldn't sing? That sucks. Alicia Keys can't sing? Did she lose her voice or something? Of course, Anita Baker. I mean, classic. She's amazing. She definitely can sing. Yeah, Usher, yeah. Everyone knew Usher. I mean, I thought Usher can sing. What's that one dance? We all know that one dance Mary can do. Yeah. Yeah, we all know that one dance that she got. But she listen, she looks great for her age. I think it was what was that, the top 75 NBA like celebration. I think she was doing some performances and Michael Jordan was hugging up on Mary J. Blige for a minute. Oh yeah, SWV. Oh yeah, I saw that tiny NPR Tiny Desk. I love watching them. I watch all of them. For some reason today, right at April Fools, Kevin Hart is on Tiny Desk, which I heard people said it was a regular size desk for him. It was pretty funny. He's doing his rap nonsense. It was kind of funny. 100% Jennifer Lopez cannot sing. She could dance, but she can't sing. Yeah, totally 100% agree. J-Lo cannot sing. Let me see if they'll have any more music. All right, they're still playing that rap stuff. I'm sorry. Christina Aguilera. Well, guys, I appreciate your opinion. I think she can sing. I think she can sing. Maybe not the kind of, her style, but I think Christina Aguilera can sing, at least in my opinion. Of course, Mariah had that voice. The voice is not as strong as it used to be. Oh yeah, Juvenile had a great one. Scarface had an amazing one. Amazing one. Yeah, Juvenile was drinking too, man. He was chilling. Brandy had her time back in the day. Oh, it was Shabba Ranks, Baba Ranks. Yeah. I saw Shabba Ranks, I think at least 2 months ago. This guy is in his 60s. This dude was still humping in the air. This dude still picked up a woman and dagged her. I'm like, I need to go to the gym. I need to get my health together because this guy is 60, still able to have that physical ability. I need to get my stuff together. That's all I know. When I saw Shabba Ranks, he was at the Barclays a couple of weeks ago. Man, it's still. I'm like, damn, I gotta get myself together. Let's see. Are they still? Let me see. Let's see. Is it still at? Yep, still at 97%. No, not that Dalton. The other Dalton. Okay. All right, so this is official. Hold on a second. Let me move the comment out. Let's see here. So it's official. Jason House has won. He is the mayor of Dalton. 100% has been reported. You see right here. Cassandra Hobson Jordan only received 152 votes. Jason House had 95% of the vote. Landslide victory. This was 20%. Oh, sorry. 20% turnout. And the new era of Dalton starts. This is it. Cassandra Hobson Jordan did not win. We go for the clerk. Allison Key is going to be your clerk. And the trustees as follows. You see Brittany Norwood, Kiana Belcher, Edward Steve. He comes back as the trustee. And Denasha Lee Harrison had more votes than Cassandra. Harrison had 330 votes. And Cassandra Hobson Jordan only had 152 votes. That shows that she lost to people early. I think people knew that they were going to vote for her from the very, very early on. I think there was a few public instances, and you call it online, whatever you want to call it, videos, live streams, it was a bad look. I think a lot of people thought that she was similar to Tiffany Henyard, and unfortunately, that's what happened. So only 20% turnout. That may be high for the Village of Dalton, but 20% turnout. She is not going to be the mayor. So let's check out what's going on with the township. And we look out here. 97% is reported. So it looks like, again, 13.56% turnout. Napoleon Harris is going to probably win. I would say, I'll declare it. He won. He will be the supervisor. Richard Nolan, Republican, not a chance. Chris Clark, who said he was going to drop out, he didn't. He obviously, and Nate Fields, he did not make it as an independent candidate. And we look at the candidates, or we look at the clerk. It'll be Casey A. Nesbitt, and assessor will be Cassandra Elson. She'll be the assessor. And let's look at the highway commissioner. It'll be Anton T. Russell, won convincingly right here. And the township, so you got Byron D. Stanley, Christopher Gonzalez, Mary Avant, and Valerie Stubbs. They got it. Cassandra had 4%. That seems high. And it had 13% turnout. So it was like 114,000 who voted, and only 15% turnout to vote. And that's it. So only surprise that I saw so far in some of the voting was in Sauk Village. I made a few videos talking about what's going on with the mayor and how the mayor and the clerk were going back and forth. But it turns out that the woman that tried to almost clock Derek Burgess in the head with a gavel, she will be the mayor. She won, and it's 100%. It's official. She won. Very, very interesting results from that one. I didn't see that happening. So, congratulations to her. I guess, you got enough votes. Now we see what's going on in the future for that situation. So we got our winners. Anyone else have any other results you guys want to talk about? Let me know. Oh, Anthony Hamilton. That's my dude. That's my dude right there. Soulful brother. But we definitely have to make sure that we have an R&B conversation soon. Have a good night, Stephanie. Appreciate you for hanging out. Okay, thank you, Ira. So that at the Napoleon Pizza Place, Beggar's Pizza in Harvey. Gotcha. Thank you very much. Thank you, naturally. So that's the end of that. I don't know if Rico is bouncing. Is Rico leaving? Yeah, I think he's bouncing. So I wonder what else is. I wonder what Tiffany Henyard is gonna do now. This is it. No. From the last thing I saw was like a 20%, I think 80% she lost. Yeah, I would say entertaining. I think for the people, I think a lot of people are tired of it. I think, this was it. The people have spoken. It's time for everyone to kind of try to figure out what's the next move. Try to work together, but I doubt it. I think a lot of people, there's going to be a lot of hurt feelings. There's going to be a lot of issues even after this. But I think what's his name is, he's done. He's out of here. I think he left. Let me pull this out. Is anything else happening? I'm just trying to see. Yeah, I think he's done. So I could look at the big screen. Where I have it? So we're back over here. We see what we see here. Yeah, I don't know that these other places. Kind of just know Hey, what's going on? What's going on with Riverdale? Oh, and Lawrence Jackson. Shout out to him. He won. And he is still indicted by the feds, and he won. Well, he was unopposed, so it didn't matter. In terms of write-in candidates, yeah, let me check. Let's see if it's still 100%. Maybe we'll see how many writing votes that she get in. So it still says 95. So I guess we still won't see the write-in candidates at all. Yeah, it's still kind of going slow for the township. That we still don't see if we could figure out what's going to be there. Let's see. Yeah, we're still waiting. Yeah, appreciate you guys for hanging out. But yeah, I still want to see exactly how many writing votes did she get. I wonder if it'll pop up. But guys, so it's official. Tiffany Henyard, no longer the mayor of Dalton. Looks like she's no longer going to be the supervisor of Dalton Township. She is just Tiffany. And it's been a fall from grace. What a fall from grace has it been? Like this entire saga, it's just like you're watching someone throw gasoline on their own career and wonder why everything is on fire. So, I guess let's rewind for a second. Tiffany Henyard came into power with the kind of energy that a lot of people thought there was going to be something positive, right? She was young, right? That's what she called herself. First female mayor of Dalton, first black supervisor of Dalton Township, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff, right? All this potential for a fresh chapter. She's going to be this trailblazer. She's going to be a fighter for the people, to feed the people, right? But somewhere along the way, and probably from the start, the focus shift from service to self-promotion. Instead of doing the boring but necessary work, she was just chasing clout. She was running her township like it was her own personal IG. She's spending all that money in township and Dalton, commingling, racking up the fancy dinners, the luxury security details, the lavish trips, spending six figures traveling across the country, all while the finances were circling down the drain. And I think the reason why a lot of people started to talk about this story is because people noticed. The people were getting upset. They were getting frustrated. They were trying to get people to care about the situation. And obviously the press got involved. And later on, you realize the feds got involved. Residents started to show up at the meetings. And they got mad. They got loud. And then everyone just started to come together, started to talk about this situation, from journalists to other politicians, obviously YouTubers, from mostly just residents. Everyone had something to say. A lot of receipts came out. Everyone realized how bad the optics looked in this situation. So you think someone in her position should have just chilled out, hit the bricks, realize that I'm doing too much, apologize perhaps, maybe change course to try to get back to the basics, try to compromise, because that's what politicians are supposed to do, compromise. They can't get everything their way. It just doesn't how to work that way. But nope. Tiffany doubled down. She leaned into the chaos. She fought with the trustees. She got physical with people, physically, like literally physical. Cut off licenses, tried to basically try to kick people out of their business, throwing crazy amount of tickets, fines to people, refused to answer questions, blocked critics on the social media, even showed up at community meetings, flanked with the police guards, police chief Lacey telling about, I'm going to shut down the room like she's the president, coming out of the Tahoes, which they spend a ridiculous amount of money on interest. It was a failed thing from the start. And here's the thing, politics is nasty. It's extremely nasty. It's not for the weak, especially with local politics. But I think it's important to have some kind of balance. You have to be tough, but smart. You have to make friends. You got to keep the enemies close, but you also have to know when to take the L and regroup. And Tiffany didn't do any of that. She surrounded herself with yes men. She has surrounded herself with people who were either incompetent, shady, or both. People with criminal backgrounds, people with sexual assault, not allegations, but also convictions. Folks who probably couldn't pass a simple basic background check, let alone being part or be in charge of taxpayer dollars. That's who she rolled with. And it cost her, not just politically, but publicly. She created enemies everywhere. I mean, how many people did not like to deal with this person? From the board to the township staff, from the everyday residents who just wanted working roads, clean water, to take care of the issues with the dogs walking around mauling people. She never tried to work with the people that she didn't like. And then in politics, even if you can't sit in the same room with someone you disagree with, you're going to be done. You have to work with people. And it's not just being, the happy-go-lucky person that wants to throw on, parties and stuff like that. It's about really getting to work and sitting down and getting things done. So this wasn't a downfall based on one mistake. This was a slow, spiraling self-destruction made worse by pride, ego, and delusion. Every red flag was ignored. Every scandal was dismissed as hate. And this person never took responsibility, never looked in the mirror and said, you know what, maybe I messed up. She said people were jealous. It was racism. It was sexism. Oh, it was voter suppression. Tiffany Henyard, because you're no longer the super mayor, maybe it was just you. Maybe you made a number of mistakes. That the reason why you are kicked out of both of these positions, that maybe it's the buck stops with you. So Jason House just beat her earlier by a landslide and beat Cassandra Hobson by a landslide. He didn't have to run a really slick campaign. He just kind of positioned himself as anti-Tiffany. The dude was calm. He's low key. He's not on IG. He's not yelling and screaming. He just seemed like he had, even if there is flaws, just comparing the two, one looks better than the other. He looked like a grown-up in the room. Looking at Napoleon Harris, former NFL player turned state senator, the man barely had to say a word during this entire election cycle. I don't know if you can say he did a campaign. I don't know. I know he was in a few local events. But when you're running for something, that's usually you want to be out in front of the public eye. But he just came in with a clean suit and smiled, and it worked. And I guess because people were done with Tiffany, it's possible you probably could have ran a literal plant against Tiffany Henyard, and folks would have voted for the plant. They would have voted for the rock. If it was a rock, Tiffany Henyard versus a rock for a township, people would have voted for the rock. That's how bad this has been. So I don't know. Even with Tiffany Henyard out, the game in Illinois politics is still dirty, it's still shady, and it's still corrupt. Henyard wasn't the entire disease. She was just a symptom. She was just the loudest, most reckless example. But this whole system still enables people to use identity to grab power, even when they have no business holding office. You flash the right buzzwords, talk about you're black, I'm black, talk about I'm a woman empowerment, I'm a community leader, talk about religion, talk about God, and it's possible you're gonna get elected. Even if you don't have the best track record, even if you don't have a plan. So we've seen a lot of local mayors in this area. Jada Curry, for example, the mayor of Linwood, people who defended her, even though she's out right there allegedly hiding how much money she was making while holding multiple positions. Like, how is that even cool? Talking about the Harvey Mayor Clark and how he's running things. There's so many issues. I mean, Riverdale, there's a guy that is indicted by the feds. So what I want to ask you guys, am I saying it right? In this area, why there's so many people holding 2 or 3 government jobs at the same time? Is not enough people who want work. Everyone has a job. Why are we acting like this is normal? I mean, I guess it is, but I just feel like the conflict of interest is wild. It's like a game of musical chairs, except the music never stops and the chairs just belong to the same 5 people. I just don't understand. So do I think everything will just magically get better because Tiffany is gone? Unfortunately, this is not a Disney movie. This is not Marvel. This is not the Avengers. This is Chicago-based politics. This is Illinois-based politics, which means you still have the shitty backroom deals. You still have the fake reformers. And you still have, it's just new characters and playing the same old game. Now, hopefully, that house changes things. Hopefully, Napoleon Harris shows up and talks. Hopefully. I think Tiffany Henyard taught a lot of us a lesson. It's not just about what happens when you get power, but it's like, and abuse it, but it's what happens when your ego and attention becomes more important than impact and service. Some people say she could have been great. She could have brought change. I don't think so. The moment that I saw that news story, if I was voting, and I saw a news story of her being a slumlord to that black woman with her kids that had black mold in the house, I would have never voted for her in the first place. But that's just me. And me dealing with slumlords in my history, I wouldn't have done it. So, again, we don't want to play Monday morning quarterback. It is what it is. She's out right now. But she's no longer the super mayor. She's not the supervisor. She is just Tiffany. No titles, no power. Just another name in a long list of Illinois politicians that embarrassed themselves. And I guess you could say flew too close to the sun. I don't know. It's just, hopefully this is a warning, not just for future mayors and supervisors, but everyone, the voters, the residents, the people watching this circus. You got to stay focused. You still got to stay loud. You still got to pay attention. You still got to stay skeptical and stop putting people in power just because they say the right things or they look like you or they worship the same invisible man that you do, because it's possible it may not be Tiffany, but it may be someone else smoother, someone that can speak and actually say the word journalist instead of journalisms, but someone who could smile at the camera but empties your pockets while doing it. So it's really important to be really vigilant in Illinois politics. In all politics, it's all a problem. And I would say the positive issues, or politics. I'm saying politics and positive at the same time. But the good things, the positive things that happen out of this situation, I think people are at least more locked into local politics, right? Before this, a lot of people didn't really know much about getting a FOIA request, understanding what it takes to run meetings, why we have to wait for certain things to happen. People are watching board meetings. They're reading budgets. They're answering questions. I think that alone is a massive win. The truth is because I think the truth is the local government affects us more than we think what goes on in Washington. Your mayor, your township supervisor, they decide how your tax dollars are being spent. They decide what's getting fixed, who's getting hired, and how your neighborhood runs. And I think people are now understanding that. And I think at least I understand that now. So, which is great that we have people who are in this area making videos. They're making content. They're on YouTube. They're on Facebook. They're making videos. They're going to people who are important and providing questions. So I think that's a pretty cool thing. So even the fact that, maybe many of the big YouTubers may move on to other stories, that they still have a local, very strong group of content creators that are still going to put pressure on these officials to do the right thing. So these officials can't act like they're untouchable. That's what the whole Tiffany situation did. It lit a fire under a lot of people. It reminded us that titles doesn't equal integrity, and people are not untouchable. There's a lot of independent journalism's out right now. That's what Tiffany Henyard calls it. Watchdogs, everyday citizens holding their leaders accountable. I think that's a powerful thing. I think that's an extremely important thing. I think that's the real win in this situation. So Right now, we're going to wait to see when the reality show pops up, because I know that's what Tiffany Henyard is going to do. She's probably going to try to find her way to. Let me put this. Let's see if we'll get the. Still not 100%. Oh, this thing sucks. We're going to see the next move for Tiffany Henyard. Of course, we'll be continuing to follow all her movements. In terms of what's happening, if there's a massive corruption, please email me, h@hannibalshungry.com. We'll obviously cover it. But the everyday politics of the township in Dalton, there's other people that can probably cover that better than I can. But of course, we will still be there for, again, people, the pattern of corruption, pattern of nonsense. Obviously, we will definitely cover it. Yeah, at this point, I think she's definitely Netflix material. At first, we all thought maybe Tubi or like Lifestyle. Is Lifestyle still a channel? Is Lifestyles? No, Lifetime Lifestyles. Lifestyle is something else. Lifetime. Definitely, we thought definitely Tubi, maybe Hulu, but I think at this point, enough people care about this story. I think she definitely will get a Netflix. Definitely a Netflix a story, at least a little doc. It could definitely do 8 episodes. I think it's enough content for 8 episodes. I mean, or at least 4. Because a lot of these Netflix shows, they have like a mini series. They do like 4 episodes, 3 to 4, sometimes 8 if it's crazy. 9 to 10 in the pen. The Henyard drama. I mean, you know, and shout out to Regina Waldrop. I think I like that one. You know, just drama in Dalton. You know, you have thousands of hours of Henyard's footage, thousands of hours from all of the meetings, from her being a trustee, from her being the mayor, from her being a supervisor, on her Facebook, Instagram. There's thousands of hours of her talking. So she definitely should get at least an 8 to 10 episode deal. Excuse me. And I know she's going to want to get paid if you interview her. So if Netflix say we're going to do a doc on you, she's going to say, yeah, I'll do it, but you're going to pay me. So she's going to leverage her infamy to get some money, definitely. And one thing, listen, I'm going to say, Cap, I did a poll a couple of days ago, and I said, if Tiffany Henyard gets a reality TV show, will you watch? And a bunch of people said no, and I'm like, come on, you would watch. Everyone is going to watch, even if you don't like her. For some reason, I don't know if it's a human condition, we like watching people we don't like. So to tell me that you pop up your Netflix and what's recommended is the Tiffany Henyard, the Henyard, or Call the Row, the Tiffany Henyard documentary, or you telling me that you're not going to watch? Come on. Thank you. I think people would watch. I think Iris said, I'm sick of her. She won't. And I appreciate that level of commitment to be so tired of her that you won't watch. That's a lot of strength. I will watch. I'm sorry. The Henyard show produced for Cooking with Frank. Yeah, shout out to Cooking with Frank. Yeah, and you know, thank you. I will watch it and I will love every second of it. Yeah, it's kind of like the train wreck. It's hard to look away. And now she's no longer going to affect, you know, the residents. She's no longer a public servant. She is just a civilian. And she wants to probably stay famous. She's talking about, she wants to sing. She wants to rap. So she's fair game at this point. Who won the election? Well, you can see right here. Napoleon Harris won they're going super slow with the count. So we're still waiting. But Jason House won. Jason House is the mayor of Dalton. As you guys can see, just a massive beatdown. Like massive. Only 152 human beings voted for Cassandra Hobson Jordan. 152 people. That's not a lot of people. That's not a lot of people at all. Just comparison, her trustee. So the person that was going to be under her, because she was going to be the executive branch, right, as a mayor, and legislative branch is the trustee. Her trustee that she ran with had more votes than she did. Almost, basically twice as much votes. He had 330, and she had 152. That's all her cousins. That's all her cousins. So a devastating loss. And that's why I didn't spend too much time covering a lot of what was going on in that situation, because she didn't have a lot of history of being corrupt. Obviously, she was running, and it just did from the very beginning. It just didn't seem like she was going to have a chance to win anyway. Just the way her campaign was running, I think a lot of people equated her to be like Tiffany Henyard. So if you're already being labeled that way, you're not going to win. Good question. I hope someone is still here. Choose, can you answer that question if you're still here? I don't really know. I think it could be a month from now, but I don't want to be wrong on that one. But I think that's what's going on. Well, there's time to do that. If you really want to dive deep, there's hours and hours and hours of coverage from a lot of perspectives on what's going on. If you want to see why things are the way they are, you definitely check it out there. And they still have a lot of arguments and a lot of drama back and forth too. What I forgot. I was doing something. I forgot what I was doing. Yeah, we're waiting for the very end to see if we can get any write-in votes at all. But I guess that's not going to happen. Let's see. Okay, so we got some footage here. No apologies is she's out there still doing her thing. So let's head back for a second. Where are we at? Hold on a second. She didn't leave. She's still there. Okay, we're at with the video. I'm all over the place. Give me a second. I'm sorry. You know what? We'll put it right here. Boom. Boom.
Before you were born, when somebody takes pride in their community and understands the values that their community represents and wants to do the best thing possible and believes in you, even when sometimes you don't believe in yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, stand on your feet and give this woman a loud our community woman of the Turnout Township, Ms. Nina Graham.
I'm sorry, I can't hear anything, so I guess I'm struggling too. So I'm sorry, I can't hear much.
I appreciate it. Let's enjoy the rest of the evening, but tomorrow we'll go to work.
Hey, hey, babe, babe. I looked for you earlier. No, early at the pool. I tried to find you earlier. I was asking about you earlier. I was not there. Hey, they gonna demonetize you now.
All right, never mind. I guess it was just a few words from Napoleon Harris. I guess tomorrow you say you go back to work, and now they're just doing the dances now. They're happy. But yeah, we're still looking to see. That's funny. That's funny. All right, so like, it's a campaign funds, right? So it should not be on the warrant list, but that's up to you. I have no idea, no clue. But the party is going. The winners, when the winners win, it's time to party. Losers got to take the L. They got to move on. They got to find out what's going on. What's the next move? It's interesting with Nate Fields. Let's talk about Nate Fields for a second. It's interesting that I was saying earlier how politics is very aggressive. It's a blood sport. Remember when Nate Fields was trying to get on the ballot, and there was a lot of support. You know, a lot of people was like, "Go Nate Fields, you can do it," supporting him and real positive vibes coming. And then the moment he got on the ballot, he got destroyed. He's like, no, he's not even qualified, and he's disrespectful. He's like Tiffany. And I was like, wow. It's like how quick turn on you when you could be the hero today and the villain tomorrow. So I guess that's politics, right? That's politics. So I guess it is what it is. But yeah, it is. That's where hopefully Nate Fields kind of learns from this. Maybe he'll run as it gets get some more experience under his belt. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, we kind of went back and forth, like, who was it? It was not who. If that was the real dots, so it wasn't the dots. But I think we kind of came to the conclusion it wasn't the same dots. So we're good. We were not going to sit there and put a lot of anger towards that, because he tried to run for trustee earlier on and he didn't make it. Let us not outside his past judgment on throwing down the movie. Yeah, I mean I know people get upset about when you have an opinion, but it's okay. We all can have an opinion. You don't have to listen to it. You don't even have to respond to it. I think a lot of us get upset and we respond to opinions that we don't have to respond to. So if someone says something about, I don't know, your basketball team or your college, or sometimes even with your family, you say, I don't like your friend. You don't have to say, like, okay. So if someone has an opinion on, your community, and if you don't agree with it, and if you're not even from there, you don't have to even respond. It's like, okay, cool. I don't agree, or you don't get it. You don't have to always. It depends on the conversation. But if you are from the outside and you didn't understand all the complexities and what's going on, you would just look at this and think this is insane. Like this is who's running anything? What this is a circus? If you came with ignorant with no context of the situation, so I understand. Like, yeah, most of us should spend more time with our local politics, absolutely, and I hope we do. I hope that You look at who's running your town and what they're doing with the money. You may be surprised that they may not even tell you. They're not transparent. That you may submit a FOIA request and say, what's the budgets for all these things that's happening? And you may be surprised that you may not even get your FOIA request responded. So, yes, definitely the energy should come, especially now since everything is pretty much over. Check what's going on in your own backyard. Check who's spending the money. Check who's running things. Who's being hired. Do their background checks fly? Are there issues in their background where they're being accused of writing bad checks or being a scammer? Or they owe tens of thousands of dollars to some other municipality somewhere? Those things are important, and we should check what's going on in our own backyard as well. So I do agree. Can't lie, I don't pay a lot of attention to my own towns, more so now since now. But I hope even if you take a few seconds to check it out, you definitely you may find something that may spark up attention. Like, wait, what's going on? Is there potential corruption where I live? Should I talk to somebody? You may have a few people who are looking for help, looking for anything to get more attention to the situation. Where are you registered to vote? I'm registered to vote in New York City, Brooklyn. I wasn't necessarily always voting. I mean, I would say the first time I voted was what? I guess 10 years ago. Like, in my 20s, I didn't care about politics. I barely cared. I was like, whoever, didn't care. As you get older, you start to understand. I remember my cousin giving me this long speech. It's kind of speech you all get. The people fought for to vote. They fought for your ability to vote. You don't want to vote. I was like, all right, I'll go, even though I didn't follow what that was going on. And then I kind of started to put more time to understand what's going on. So I think it's boring. It's boring, but it's important. Wait, the Republicans closing in? No, not at all. I'm sorry. Let me move this up so you guys can see. There's no way Nolan is going to win at all. Like, not at all. It's not. They're not. Richard Nolan is not going to win at all. Is it 100%? Okay, now it's 100%. So where do you see the write-in? We see the write-ins. Because we see right here, almost only 14% turnout for Napoleon Harris. Yeah, I gotta see where's the write-in candidates? Where do you find that? Anyone knows how to find that? I'm just scrolling and scrolling. Let me see if they're still playing music. Give me a second. Maybe you guys can hear. And let me know if you see Stan Brown.
Yeah, they gone.
Oh, they're still playing music. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Yes, Mary Avant won. The whole slate. So I think it was Byron. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. But Gonzalez, Valerie Stubbs, and Mary Avant, they all won. The whole slate won. But I'm trying to see if we could find the writing. How much writing votes did Tiffany Henyard receive? But I don't see it. Nope, I can't. Yeah, I can't. It don't seem like it's going to be on this page right now. Oh, right in. Let me see. Let me see. Nope. It's not. I just did that. I did the Control F. Try to search it. I didn't see it. But let me check my stupid tablet here. Maybe. Because I'm wondering, does it take a long time for those results to show? Unofficial results. Let's see, write-in candidates. Yeah, I'm still seeing. Yeah, but that's a good point. But the problem is, I think it doesn't necessarily mean that only people wrote herein. They could have written in other people's names. So you could have a little bit of an idea, but you still won't know all of it, if that makes sense. So I think a lot of people want to get like an accurate number, but we probably could just take it what we have here. It's fine. Is it township? Trying to see. Yeah, that's true. A lot of her downfall is self-sustained. It's basically what she did wrong. Yeah, you guys have a lot of townships. You guys know how many townships you guys have? Anyone knows the amount you guys have? Well, I'll tell you, it's a lot. Let's see here. Come on, stupid thing. What? All right, let me check one more thing before we head out. Let's see. So I did all right. So from the math I see here, actually, let me put this. I can't do it. You have to do it. Let me see. Okay, so 100% has been done, right? So it's what? 15,903 votes, right? And we see from all of the votes that's been given to Harris, Nolan, Christopher Clark, and Nate Fields. So the total votes is 15,040 votes. If you count all these guys, right? So it's 15,040. So the possible write-in votes was 863 possible write-in votes. So if we're saying that if Tiffany Henyard received all of the write-ins, if she got all of them, she received about 863. So if she was in this spot, she still would lose to everyone except Christopher Clark. So I'll repeat. It's 15,903 votes. If you count everyone, all these votes that from Harris, Nolan, Clark, and Nate Fields, it's about 15,040. You subtract it, it's 863. So, and I'm just talking about the township as a write-in candidate. She wasn't running for township because from the village because she lost the primary. Remember, she lost the primary by a landslide a couple of weeks ago. So I guess we'll know the official number, but it doesn't matter. She lost. But shout out to No Apologies. Check out her channel. She's the one doing this right here. So you want to check out her out. Let her know. Black guy doing math is always fun to math. I don't even know what that means, but okay. Yes, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of cope. It's gonna be tons and tons of cope that she's going to have. You may see another live. She may not come back to any of the meetings. I think the meetings are pretty much done for her. I think she's gonna just pick up the last couple of checks. I doubt she's going to show up for from any of the stuff that she's doing. Don't seem like she's going to show up and do any more. I think it's her ego is just too big to take that L.
He should have. Even if we cannot say, I'm winning.
All right. So you go Napoleon Harris, the man of the hour. Well, at least he showed up to win. Yeah, I know. It's fine. It's not that big a deal. Listen, that's the thing too. Like politicians, and I'm not a politician at all. You gotta be able to handle people saying stuff, and you can't crash out. That's one thing I've noticed in this saga. Multiple crash outs, like multiple people taking things very personal and crashing out publicly. And I guess I've been doing this for a while. I've been doing this for almost 5 years. So the skin has already been tough. I think I've went through get so angry when someone says something online, like someone I don't even know, and it bothers me. Now it's like I've seen too much. Like the skin has been tough, and like your shield got stronger. Like, oh, okay, all right, cool, all right, cool. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. So you got the whole group. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully you guys still check. You see Nate Fields there, and he's showing congratulations to the winners. So that's what's up. That's what's up. That's, for man to come through and lose and still show up to congratulate the people who won. That's the kind of person you want. You want that person. That means he's not taking it personally. He tried to run a good campaign, and now he's out there. Maybe he can help the situation. I feel you. I totally understand. I totally understand. But yeah, I see. Yeah, Mary Yvonne is in the pink. Yeah, is it the pink? Is that pink or orange? I can't tell these colors, man. I can't tell these colors. But they're gonna keep playing music that unfortunately I can't play. If you guys want to head over there, you can. But I don't wanna sit back and play. Like I know I'm gonna have to cut off some parts of this. But on that note, guys, I don't know. What is there anything else to cap this off with? I mean, we can't call her Super Mayor anymore. We can't call her anything. Like her name is Tiffany Henyard, and that's it. It's done. It's over. And it took a long time for this to happen. It's kind of crazy. Like, this is it. It's done. It's time to move on. Well, except for you guys who live there, it's not time to move on. You guys have to stay the course and hold every single one of these people accountable. So before we leave, because Orange Juicy had a question. So let's answer that question. Tiffany Henyard did not win as a write-in candidate for Thornton Township. Napoleon Harris won. Napoleon Harris won by 74%. Destroyed everybody. And Jason House officially has become mayor, beating Cassandra Hobson Jordan by I don't know how many. I think she only had 132 votes. So she didn't win. The slate for Harris won. The slate for Jason House won. And that's a good question. Hopefully we'll get that answer. I think it may be a month from now. I will get that answer, Matthew, and I'll at least put it on either description box, or maybe I'll put it on a community post. But if you guys want to check out the rest of the celebration and listen to the music, because actually I would say that whoever's the DJ is playing some good hits. Check out No Apologies. Let me copy and paste her link and put it in the chat so you guys can check that out. To continue the celebration, I know a lot of you guys, you guys been following this story. You guys want to take part of the celebration. So let me put that link in there so you guys can check her out. Wait, I just had it. There you go. Wait, no, that's not mine. So I'm putting in the chat. You can let her know that I sent you. You can check that out. But on that note, guys, appreciate you. The lives will still continue. We got to figure out what to talk about and what we're going to dive ourselves into. But obviously, the video is going to continue to come. We're going to still cover a lot of this. If you're still interested in following this content, subscribe, hit the notifications, because there are going to be videos that may not necessarily be about Henyard that you may not see, because that's the way the algorithm works. You can always subscribe Patreon, subscribe to my newsletter. There's a lot of different ways to connect. And any questions, let me know. Put in the comments below. And yeah. Oh, thank you. Tiffany's last day is May 5th. So we're basically done. We're basically done. Gotta elect. She's gonna have to address as mayor-elect. I don't think she's gonna be it. I think next month is the meeting for the village. I don't think she's gonna be there, but we may cover that one. I think we'll cover one more meeting, one more township meeting, one more mayor meeting until the new, slate comes in, and then we'll see what's going on. So definitely you want to definitely, Connie. I think for the people who are there, keep these people, hold them accountable. Don't let up. And of course, if they do something goofy, I'll be around. So, but on that note, appreciate you guys for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys live next week. So enjoy, take care.